Hey everyone, welcome to the show. Today we're talking about something that's already shaking up Hollywood and riling up all the right people. The new Superman movie. This movie doesn't just stand apart from recent comic book movies. It might just be the best Superman movie ever made. And I say that as a lifelong fan of the original 1978 classic. But James Gunn's version doesn't just modernize Superman, it corrects him. We're going to break down why this film works, how it exposes the flaws of its predecessors, and why some critics are furious for all the wrong reasons. Let's get into it. First, the movie captures something the genre has been missing: heart. It brings warmth, optimism, and depth. It doesn't shy away from moral questions, but it also doesn't drown in darkness like we saw in Man of Steel. James Gunn embraces what made Superman iconic, not just his powers, but his values. And in doing so, he reveals the limitations of past portrayals. Unlike many recent superhero flicks that try to escape their comic book identity, this one leans right into it. Big monsters, bold colors, larger-than-life moments. In this world, the extraordinary are just ordinary. But Superman still treats every life like it matters. Snyder tried to remake him. Gunn reminds us why we loved him. It brings Superman back to the era of animated series, comic books. It reminds me of the time when I would get up on Saturday mornings to watch Superman and Batman. And that leads me to an idea. In the past, Superman has been bright colors, sunshine, clear images, and Batman has been dark in the shadows. And the last few Superman movies, or superhero movies in general, have been very dark and very Batman feeling. And I think that this movie definitely takes you back to the comic book era. If you're a fan from back in the day, then this movie is definitely your cup of tea. You're gonna love it. I think it's groundbreaking. I think that it's refreshing that James Gunn is taking this movie back to the comics. It's very accurate. You know, some things are a little bit off. I won't give you any spoilers. You'll see for yourself. But he does a great job, and this Superman is amazing. He's supposed to play a 20-something Superman. So all the fans of Henry Cavill that are upset, do you really expect him in his, late 30s, 40s, maybe late 40s? And you want him to come play a 20-year-old Superman that's learning, that's in the beginning of his relationship with Lois, that's still making a mark at the Daily Planet. He's still figuring out his strengths, his weaknesses. I don't think that's possible. You need a younger star, and this Superman pulled it off to the T. Even when you look at Lex Luthor, this Lex Luthor is extremely accurate to the animated series and to the comic books. The last Lex Luthor we got, although he did a good performance, he wasn't a Lex Luthor. I was not a fan. Watching him on screen, it didn't give off Lex Luthor vibes. This guy is textbook Lex Luthor. Clark Kent in this movie is unsure, still finding his place, but he's kind, grounded, and hopeful. What's powerful is that Superman isn't perfect. He makes mistakes, but he learns that his flaws make him more human, and that's the lesson. One of the smartest takes I've seen online is that Superman isn't a cop. He's a firefighter. He's not here to enforce laws or serve the government. He's here to stop harm. The idea is beautifully shown in his conversation with Lois, where she asks legal questions, and he's like, it isn't about legality, it's about morality. Superman isn't neutral. He's not weighing the costs. He's doing what's right. The moral clarity is something we do not see enough of. It reminded me of something that Ta-Nehisi Coates said about Gaza. He said, simply, apartheid is wrong. Not everything needs to be complicated. Some things are just wrong. Superman understands that. Now let's talk real-world implications. If you're pro-Palestine, the movie matters. not because it shouts slogans, but because it reflects values of empathy and resistance. Hollywood only cares about one P, and that's profit. If this movie succeeds with its messaging, then we've proven that standing up for the oppressed can be profitable too. There's been backlash calling this movie woke because Superman doesn't discriminate in who he saves. He shows compassion to everyone. Humans, animals, dogs, robots. He ends up saving a squirrel mid-battle. He shows care for AI robots in his Fortress of Solitude. They're not even real, they're just robots. But he treats them with compassion. Superman doesn't rank lives. He sees past our artificial differences. It makes you mad, then maybe you're not the hero of the story. Maybe you're the bad guy. Zionists and pro-Israel voices are upset. Subreddits like r/Israel are calling the movie propaganda. Fox News and Ben Shapiro are calling the movie super woke and just not good. Let's be clear. The movie is not anti-Israel, it is anti-genocide. And if that offends you, then you're telling on yourself. Because if you believe that Superman is against your people, then you're admitting your people are oppressing in this story. Superman doesn't care about politics or borders. He cares about life, about kindness, about doing the right thing when no one else will. This isn't just a great superhero movie. It's a moral statement. It reminds of who we should be and who we shouldn't let ourselves become. Thanks for listening. If you like this episode, share it. And remember, being decent to others isn't woke. It's just being human. Take care.